Good morning students. Welcome once again to online video class conducted by Purnachandra Residential High School, Valvada. So, in the last class we had talked about the female gametogenesis, that is called oogenesis. So today I am going to explain you about the menstrual cycle, which is a very important topic from the examination point of view. Okay, which one? Menstrual cycle. Okay, so what is called menstrual cycle? So when does the menstrual cycle occurs and when does it get stops? The menstrual cycle starts at the age of puberty till the woman is attaining to menopause. Okay, the puberty starts at the age from 12 to 13 and it continues till the woman attains to the age of 48 to 50 years. And the particular years after when the menstrual cycle gets stops, and that phase is called what? No, menopause. Menarche is the onset of the puberty during the onset of the puberty onset of the menstrual cycle during puberty, and the menopause is stopping of the menstrual cycle. Okay, so what we will explain today? Menstrual cycle. So in menstrual cycle, how many phases are there in menstrual cycle? There are 3 phases in menstrual cycle. First phase is what? Menstrual cycle. Menstrual cycle, first phase. First is proliferative phase. What phase? Proliferative phase. Second one is luteal phase. Luteal phase is called what? No? Secretory phase. Secretory phase. Proliferative phase is proliferative phase, luteal phase, that is one. Secretory phase. Number 3 is what? No? Bleeding phase. What phase? Bleeding phase. Okay, these 3 phases takes place in menstrual cycle. Now, first is what? A proliferative phase. What is called proliferative phase? It is a phase which it lasts for 14 days. It is a phase which lasts for 14 days. During this phase, from the anterior pituitary gland, it releases which kind of hormone? Follicle stimulating hormone. Which kind of hormone? Follicle stimulating hormone. And follicle stimulating hormones will help to develop the ovarian follicles present in the ovary, and it also helps for the development of primary oocyte, which it is present in the ovary. Okay, so this is the functions of what? Follicle stimulating hormone. And follicle stimulating hormone also secretes which kind of hormones? Estrogen hormones. What it secretes? Estrogen hormone present in the ovarian follicles. So this is the function of what? Follicle stimulating hormone. Okay. At the same time, it also releases which kind of hormone? Estradiol hormone. Which kind of hormone? Estradiol hormones. Now it will inhibit to release follicle stimulating hormone, and at the same time it will stimulate luteinizing hormone to release from the anterior pituitary gland. Now luteinizing hormones will help to mature the growing follicles into a Garapian follicles, and it helps to eject out the ovum from the mature Garapian follicle. So these are the phases and these are the conditions which are included in proliferative phase. First is what? First is from the anterior pituitary gland, it releases follicle stimulating hormone. The follicle stimulating hormones will now help to develop the primary follicles and the growing follicles, as well as primary oocyte, which will later form ovum. Then after the progesterone also at the same time it will release which kind of hormone? Estrogen hormones. Okay, and at the same time after releasing estrogen hormone, it also releases which kind of hormone? Estradiol hormone. Which kind of hormone? Estradiol hormone. It is one kind of inhibin hormone. Estradiol hormone. Now estradiol hormones will now inhibit progesterone hormones and will stimulate to release which kind of hormone? Luteinizing hormone. Which kind of hormone? Luteinizing hormone. Now these luteinizing hormones will help the Garapian follicles to mature the Garapian follicle, which I had explained you in the last class about what? Garapian follicles. From the Garapian follicles, the ovum will get ruptured during the phase of ovulations, which it takes place at the 13 or 14 days after the menstrual cycle. Okay, so under the proliferative phase, which phase is also included? ovulatory phase. Which phase? Ovulatory phase, and that is called the ovulations. Ovulations, it is the process of releasing of ovum from the mature Garaffian follicle. Okay, right? Next, luteal phase. 14 days proliferative phase. Now luteal phase. What is called luteal phase? Now it is called the secretory phase. Luteal phase is called the secretory phase. What happens in luteal phase? What happens in secretory phase? Why it is called secretory phase and why it is called luteal phase? Okay. Now you must be eager to know why luteal phase and why secretory phase. Now I am going to explain you about luteal phase and secretory phase. So luteal phase and secretory phase last for 10 days. It will last for 10 days. In which phase? Luteal phase. In this phase, remember it. In this phase, luteinizing hormone and prolactin hormone. Luteinizing hormone, remember it nicely. Luteinizing hormone and prolactin hormone will now surge into release, surge to develop the rupturing Garaffian follicles into what? No, corpus luteum, which is what? No, yellow body. Which hormones? Luteinizing hormones and prolactin hormones will now enable the ruptured Garaffian follicles to convert it into what? No, corpus luteum, as corpus luteum is what? A yellow body, and at the same time corpus luteum will release which kind of hormone? Lutein hormone. Which kind of hormone? Lutein hormone. In luteal phase, LH and prolactin. LH and prolactins will help ruptured Garaffian follicle to form yellow body. What it forms? Garaffian follicles to form yellow body. Yellow body is what? Corpus luteum, which will turns into what? No, Garaffian follicles will now turns into corpus luteum. Garaffian follicle to form yellow body called corpus luteum. Now corpus luteum, it will release which kind of hormones? Progesterone. Again it will release what? No, progesterone hormones. In which phase? Luteal phase. Progesterone hormone and prolactin hormone. No, sorry. LH and prolactin will help ruptured Garaffian follicle to form yellow body called corpus luteum. It will release what? Progesterone and estradiol hormone. Which hormone? Progesterone and estradiol hormone. Now these two hormones, what does these two hormones now functions? Now these two hormones will help for the hypertrophy of endometrial lining of the uterus and the wall of fallopian tube. What is called hypertrophy? That means thickening of. So what is it? It is a thickening of the endometrium layer and the fallopian tube. During which phase? During luteal phase or secretory phase. So LH and prolactin will help ruptured Garaffian follicle to form yellow body called corpus luteum, and corpus luteum will now release progesterone and estradiol hormone. Now these two hormones, what does these two hormone functions? Now these two hormones helps to hypertrophy. Hypertrophy means what? Thickening of endometrium. What? Endometrium. Hypertrophy of endometrium layer of uterus and the layer of fallopian tube and the layer of fallopian tube. First point. Now second point, if suppose fertilization has taken place after ovulations, then the progesterone helps for proper implantation in uterus, proper implantation of fetus in endometrial lining, right? So what does this functions for? Progesterone and estradiol helps to hypertrophy of endometrium layer of uterus, and the layer of fallopian tube. And the progesterone helps for proper implantation of fetus in endometrial lining. And the function of progesterone as well, what? Progesterone helps to induce endometrial gland. What? Endometrial gland. Where it is present? It is present in uterus. Endometrial, remember it. Endometrial gland to release, to secrete or release fluid for the fetus. Okay? When pregnancy has taken place, when pregnancy is there, then these two functions are taken place by are executed by progesterone. Which one? Progesterone. Okay, progesterone helps for proper implantation of fetus in endometrial lining, and progesterone also helps to induce endometrial gland to secrete the fluid for the fetus. If a woman is pregnant, if a woman is not pregnant, then it is not required. Now, helps to hypertrophy of endometrial layer of uterus and the layer of fallopian tube. Hypertrophy, that is thickening of endometrial lining. Okay, so luteal phase and secretory phase. What does the luteal phase? Luteal phase means what? Luteal phase means corpus luteum is releasing progesterone and estrogen hormone, and Gallian follicle is turning over to what? The yellow body called corpus luteum. So that's why it is called the luteal phase. In this phase, two important functions are taking place. That is what? No, Gallian follicle is turning into corpus luteum, and secretory phase. Why secretory phase? Because if a woman is pregnant, then the progesterone hormones helps to induce endometrial gland to secrete fluid for the fetus. So that's why it is called what? A secretory phase. Understood? Clear? Now, what is called bleeding phase now? Now we will move over to bleeding phase. Bleeding phase. It lasts for 3 to 5 days. It lasts for what? 3 to 5 days. In this phase, what does happens in this phase? In this phase, the ovum get autolysis. Ovum get autolysis. What is called autolysis? Autolysis means self-destruction. What is called autolysis? It is called what? Self-destruction of ovum. If a fertilization has never taken place, then the phase is said to be, and the phase is and that phase ovum get autolysis. If fertilization has taken place, then it is not required. Now, when the fertilization has not taken place, then the ovum will self-destruct itself in which phase? In bleeding phase. It lasts for what? 3 to 5 days. In this phase, the ovum autolyzed. Now, progesterone inhibits the release of which kind of hormone? Inhibits the release of luteinizing hormones. Inhibits the release of luteinizing hormone. Progesterone now inhibits the release of luteinizing hormone. As a result, regression of corpus luteum takes place. Regression of what? No, corpus luteum takes place. Regression of corpus luteum takes place. While the regression of corpus luteum is taking place, there is the fall of what? Progesterone and LH hormone. Now, progesterone, when there is a fall of progesterone in the bloodstream, when there is a fall of progesterone, when there is less content of progesterone in bloodstream, when there is less content of progesterone in bloodstream, the thickening of what? The thickening of endometrium lining, the thickening of endometrium lining and the fallopian tube the thickening of endometrium lining and the fallopian tube takes place. Then after rupturing of layer occurs. Then after rupturing of layer occurs, which leads bleeding. Which leads what? No, bleeding. Which it takes place for 3 to 5 days. So that's why it is called what? No, bleeding phase. What does this happens in bleeding phase? It lasts for what? No, 3 to 5 days. In this phase, the ovum gets autolyzed. Progesterone inhibits the release of LH. As a result, regression of corpus luteum takes place. Regression of corpus luteum is what? No, that is breaking of. So breaking of corpus luteum will take place. Then after that, when there is less content of progesterone, as there is the fall of progesterone, as there is a less content of progesterone in bloodstream, then the thickening of endometrium lining and the fallopian tube takes place. Then after rupturing, the layer occurs, which leads to what? No, bleeding. Okay. So this is called what? No, bleeding phase. So this what I have given or what I have written and what I have explained you, all these things are based on this diagram. First look at here. Hypothalamus. From hypothalamus it is releasing which kind of hormone? Gonadotropin releasing hormone. Then it is stimulating what? Anterior pituitary gland, follicle stimulating hormone, LH. Over here, which kind of phase is taking place? Proliferative phase. And here it is what? No, ovulatory phase. And this is what? No, secretory phase. Now, so this takes place in where? No, in ovary. Where does this take place? It takes place in ovary. This is what? No, primary follicle. This is what? No, growing follicles. And this is what? No, mature Garfian follicles. When does this take place? In 14 days. Where? 14 days. Okay? If a girl is having a mens starting at the date of 1, then at the date of 13 or 14, there will be the releasing of what? No, ovum. And at that particular time, if of female and male having a sexual intercourse, then there is a chances of what? No, pregnant. Okay? Now, this is what? No, ovulation taking place after rupturing of Garfian follicle. These Garfian follicles will turn out to be what? No, corpus luteum. Okay, which I had explained you. Now, corpus luteum will form which kind of hormone? Progesterone and estradiol. Which kind of hormone? Progesterone and estradiol hormone. Now, progesterone and estradiol hormones will now again progesterone and estradiol hormone. Progesterone and estradiol hormones will thickens the endometrium lining. What it will do? It will help for the process of thickening of endometrium lining. Okay, in uterus. Okay, over. So this is the menstrual cycle, which is a very important topic. Okay. Now some disorder of menstrual cycle. What are the disorder of menstrual cycle? Now I am explaining you. Disorders of menstrual cycle. First is dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea means D-Y-S-M-E-N-O-R-H-O-E-A. Dysmenorrhea means painful menses. What? Painful menses. This is the disorders of menses. Painful menses. Dysmenorrhea. Number 2. Menorrhagia. Excessive menses. Excessive menses. Number 3. Oligomenorrhea. Oligomenorrhea. Infrequent menses. Infrequent menses means not the menses take place in a order, in a timely, in a particular time. Okay, infrequent menses. Next, number 4, amenorrhea. Amenorrhea. Absence of menses. Absence of menses. Clear? Right? So these are the disorders of menstrual cycle. Now menstrual cycle is over. Now next now we are moving up to next segment, that is called what? Now fertilization. Fertilization. Okay, one important point is also there, that is when a woman is said to be a pregnant. When a woman, how can you detect that a woman is pregnant or not? By the urine test. Which kind of test? Urine test. How? If a woman is pregnant, then from the trophoblast cell, which kind of cell? Trophoblast cell of placenta releases which kind of hormone? HCG hormone. Which kind of hormone? HCG hormone. That is called human chorionic gonadotropic hormone. Which one? Human chorionic gonadotropic hormone. If these kind of hormones are present in urine, then the woman is said to be a pregnant. Okay? Which kind of hormones detect for pregnancy test? That is called the HCG hormone. From where does this HCG comes? It comes from the trophoblast cells of the placenta. Trophoblast cell of the placenta. Okay? Next, fertilization. Fertilization. So what is called fertilization? The fusion of haploid male. So the fusion of haploid male and haploid female gamete to form diploid is called fertilization. Fertilization. Where does this fertilization occur? It takes place in fallopian tube. Where does the fertilization take place? It takes place in fallopian tube of which part? Ampulla. Which part? Ampulla. So fertilization takes place in ampulla. Takes place in ampulla. Okay? So what are the events occurs during fertilizations? Now events of fertilization. Events of fertilization. Now first, arrival of spermatozoa. Number 2, arrival of ovum. Number 3, capacitation. Number 4, chemical and physical events of fertilization. Chemical and physical events. Now, under chemical and physical events, 4 processes are there. First one is acrosome reaction. Number 2, cortical reaction. Number 3, sperm entry. Number 4, ambimexis. Okay, these are the points which are included in chemical and physical events of fertilization. Chemical and physical events of fertilization. So arrival of spermatozoa. What is called arrival of spermatozoa? During insemination. What? During insemination or sexual intercourse, the sperm move at the speed of sperm move at the speed of 1.5 to 2.5 millimeter per minute. Okay? In a single ejaculation, one ejaculation, that is 3 milliliter. In 3 milliliter of semen, 200 to 400 millions of sperms producing, where 100 sperms move to fallopian tube. Okay, this is the arrival of spermatozoa, and as we know, sperm is what? It is a motile. It is what? Motile. Sperm is motile. Motile means it can move. Arrival of spermatozoa. Next, arrival of ovum. Arrival of ovum gets by the movement of fimbria, in infundibulum goes to ampulla. Where it goes? It goes to what? No? Ampulla, which is having a diameter of what? 0.1 millimeter. The diameter of what? No, ovum. Now capacitation. What is called capacitation? Capacitation. When the sperm has entered into the genital tract, and at the same time from the genital tract, it releases some kinds of chemical substances to remove all the undesirable substances which it is present on the surface of sperm. Suppose this is the structure of a sperm. I am showing you now. So this is the structure of a sperm. Okay. And these are the undesirable substances. So these substances have to be removed. So these layers have to be removed. These layers have to be removed by the secretion from the genital tract, from the female genital tract, to make the sperm more motile and alkaline. Okay. So capacitation means it is a storing of sperm in the female genital tract. While the sperm is storing at the female genital tract, and at the same time from the female genital tract, it will release some chemical substances to remove away the substances which are present on the surface of sperm to make it more efficient and motile or alkaline in nature. What? Sperm. Okay, and it takes for 6 hours. What is the time for capacitation? It takes for what? No, time is what? No, 6 hours. Time for capacitation is 6 hours. Okay, time for capacitation is 6 hours. Now, chemical and physical events of fertilization. First is what the acrosome reactions. Which kind of reaction? Acrosome reactions. First is acrosome reaction. What happens in acrosome? Suppose this is the structure of a sperm. And this is called what? The acrosome. What it is called? Acrosome. Acrosome reaction. In these acrosomes, some chemicals are present. Some zonal-lysins or acrosin substances are present which helps for the perforation of ovum. Okay? So, which kind of substances are present? Hyaluronidase. Hyaluronidase helps to digest follicular cells. Helps to digest what? Follicular cells. Number 2, hyaluronidase. Next, hyaluronidase. Next, number 2 is corona penetrating enzyme. Corona penetrating enzyme. Penetrating enzyme. It helps to destroy, it helps to digest corona radiata, which is present on the surface of ovum. Corona radiata. Number 3, acrosin. Acrosin helps to perforate the zona pellucida. Helps to perforate the zona pellucida. What is called zona pellucida? It is a layer of ovum. Pellucida, zona pellucida. And calcium and magnesium ion, helps for the motility of sperms. Helps for the motility of sperms. So, acrosome reactions are included under chemical events. Okay. Now, acrosome reaction. Next is what now? Cortical reactions. What? Cortical reactions. It is a reaction site takes place in ovum. Suppose this is what? This is the structure of ovum. I am showing you roughly. Rough diagram I am showing you. Rough diagram. Suppose sperm is entering. These are what? Cortical granules. What it is called? Cortical granules. Cortical granules. What does this functions for? Cortical granules. And when the sperms, only one sperm will enter into the ovum, and the rest of the sperms will not be able to enter into the ovum due to which kind of granules? Due to cortical granules. So what does this functions for? The cortical granules will also release. Cortical granules will also release for the blockage. What does it release? It releases some chemical substances for the blockage of the cell membrane, of the plasma membrane and zona pellucida. Only one sperms will enter into the human ovum, and rest of the sperms will retain at outside. Why this happens? Because cortical granules will release some chemical substances for the blockage to inhibits for what? No, polyembryony. Okay, cortical granules inhibits for polyembryony. For polyembryony. right? This is the functions of what? Cortical reaction. So this is the cortical reaction, and these are the functions of what? Cortical granules. Okay? Acrosome reactions, cortical reactions. Next is sperm entry. Sperm entry is physical event. Acrosome reactions and cortical reactions included under chemical events, now physical events. That is what is sperm entry. Number C, sperm entry. When the sperm is entering into ovum, the centrioles, remember it, the organelle which is present in sperm is what? No, centriole, but it is not present in ovum. Now the sperm contains what? No, centrioles, and the sperm causes what? No, centriole. Now these sperms will divide mitotically to form what? No, two centrioles. Form what? No, two centrioles. Mitotic divisions. Which kind of centriole? This one distal centriole will produce what? No, mitotic division to produce what? No, two centrioles. And these two centrioles will form what is spindle fibers. What will form? The spindle tubers or spindle fibers. Spindle fibers for cell division. Spindle fibers for cell division during meiotic division. During what? Meiotic division. During meiotic division inside the ovum. Sperm entry. When the sperm is entering into ovum, the distal centrioles will divide mitotically to produce two centrioles, and these two centrioles will produce spindle fibers for cell division during meiotic divisions when the sperm is entered into the ovum. Okay, that is what is sperm entry. Sperm entry is included under physical event, and the last one is what? Last one is amphimixis. What it is? Amphimixis. What happens in amphimixis? Amphimixis. It's a very important point. Amphimixis. When the sperm is entering into the ovum, it will set outward. Acrosome, the above head part of the part which is present in the sperm, acrosome, it will remove of the what? No, acrosome and the tail part, and it will become what? No, pronucleus. And the sperm will now convert into what? No, pronucleus. Amphimixis. In amphimixis, the sperm remove out the acrosome, and tail to form pronucleus. To form what? Only one thing is left, that is what? No, pronucleus. Only one thing is left. What is that? Is what? A nucleus. Why? Because acrosome and the tail part and the mitochondrial part is all removed away. So only one thing is present, that is called what? A nucleus. The sperm remove out the acrosome and tail to form what? A pronucleus. What it is called? Pronucleus. The pronucleus contains 23 chromosomes. How many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes. Right? Now, at the same time, inside the ovum, which body is present? That is the polar body. Which kind of body is present? Inside the ovum, polar body. Second polar body will now remove away. Okay? Like the sperm which has removed what? No? Tail and acrosome. Likewise, the ovum will remove away the polar body. Ovum will remove the polar body to form pronucleus. It will also form what? Pronucleus. Pronucleus of ovum. Okay? Having how many chromosomes? 23 chromosomes. 23 chromosomes. Okay? Over the sperm removed out the acrosome tail to form what? A pronucleus containing 23 chromosomes. Similarly, the ovum will remove the polar body to form pronucleus of ovum, that is 23 chromosomes. Okay? Now the ovum now there will be a fusion of what? No, male and female gametes. Male and female gametes. That is male and female chromosomes. Which kind of chromosome? Male and female chromosome. That is 23 plus 23. It will forming what? No, 46. Okay. 46. That is what? No, diploid. This is what? No, pronucleus is N, and here is also what? No, N. That is what? Haploid pronucleus. Haploid pronucleus. And this is what? No, haploid pronucleus. Haploid plus haploid, it is forming what? No, diploid. These are the events takes place during fertilizations. Understood? Now, how the male and female childs are born? plus XY, male, female, 44 plus XX. Now 22 plus X, 22 plus Y, 22 plus X, 22 plus X. Okay? Now 44 plus XX, 44 plus XX, 44 plus XX, 44 plus XY, 44 plus XY. 44, that is what? No, 44 is what? No, autosomes. 22 pairs are what? No, 22 pairs is autosomes. 22 pairs is what? No, autosomes, and these are the chromosomes which determines what? No, sex. Determines sex. Which kind of sex is that? XX is what? No, that is female. But it is forming what? No, female. And in this case also female. How many? 44 plus X, that is what? 46. And here 44 plus X, it is what? Autosome, and this is what? SRY gene. Which kind of gene? SRY gene, which helps to develop what? No, male. Which helps to develop what? No, male child. Okay? Y determines the presence of male child in womb. Okay? Now 44 plus XY, that is what? No, male child. And here it is also male child. Over. So two segments. So far today we have completed two segments. That is what? The menstrual cycle and fertilizations. Okay. So after fertilization, which kind of process is going to be proceed in a female body? That is what? No, cleavage. What is called? That is cleavage. In our next class, I will be explaining you elaborately about what? No, cleavage. Clear? Right.